On June 14, 2026, the South Lawn of the White House was scheduled to host the UFC Freedom 250, a high-profile event bringing a massive crowd directly to the seat of the United States government. A network of suspects across multiple states planned to use this gathering as a target. Their objective was to create a mass casualty event on federal grounds to destabilize the government. Court documents describe a hammer and anvil tactic. Explosive-laden drones would strike one side of the event, triggering panic and funneling attendees toward a different area, where pre-positioned gunmen with sniper rifles would open fire on the crowd. Federal investigators first learned of the detailed plot after the parents of an Ohio resident, Tyson C. Proper, contacted authorities. They had grown concerned after seeing their son's weapons purchases and his activity online. While the FBI later uncovered a multi-state network, the initial discovery was the result of this specific report from a single family. Using Proper's communications as a starting point, federal investigators tracked a digital trail that linked suspects in 5 different states. Tracing the financial flow led investigators to Nebraska and the alleged ringleader, Abraham Hermosillo Alvarez, accused of financing the operation. To avoid detection, Alvarez sent money to Jordan Rinker in Missouri to distribute funds to other participants. The cell utilized commercial payment apps for their logistics. Rinker allegedly sent funds to a driver in California to facilitate a cross-country trip to D.C. This digital trail led the FBI to search Rinker's home and a storage unit in Missouri. During the searches, agents recovered night vision gear, thermal imaging equipment, and a 3D printer. They also found numerous 3D printed firearm components at the site. For authorities, the use of 3D printing represents a specific logistical challenge, allowing individuals to manufacture firearm components without a traditional paper trail of sales or background checks. The investigation eventually reached Washington State, where authorities identified William Lee Spartacus Faulkner. Faulkner allegedly provided technical expertise for the drone component of the plot, discussing how to load the aircraft with explosives for maximum destructive effect. This schematic shows how civilian quadcopters can be modified with specialized brackets. These modifications allow standard hobbyist drones to carry and drop explosive payloads. Investigators intercepted communications between the suspects regarding a planned work trip to D.C. just before the UFC event. As news of the first arrests in the case broke, the remaining conspirators communicated that the trip was canceled. In the end, 7 individuals were charged by the Department of Justice. By following the digital and financial breadcrumbs from Ohio across 5 states, the FBI dismantled the cell before any suspects reached the White House grounds. While the June 14th attack was thwarted, the case highlights the ongoing challenge of securing public events against threats that utilize decentralized digital coordination. This is an asymmetric threat, where a small group can use the internet to organize across state lines without the need for a central headquarters or traditional training facilities. The Freedom 250 plot utilized common commercial technology, like off-the-shelf consumer drones, desktop 3D printers, and everyday digital payment apps to easily bypass standard physical security measures. Because these plots can be coordinated from within private homes using everyday tools, federal surveillance has inherent limits. The case suggests that prevention often relies on the families and community members who are the first to notice signs of radicalization.